Hello again. I guess I should start off my first episode with introducing myself, because I guess you should get to know your host, maybe. I'm terrible with introductions, so we're just going to go for it, and we're not going to redo it 1,000 times. Okay. If you were here for my previous podcast, it was called How Are You Really? We've kind of reinvented it. It is now called Human First Athlete Collective. So really the goal of Human First is to uncover the humans behind the athletes. Talk about the behind the scenes, the things that nobody really sees, the not so glamorous side of things. Mental health is always going to be the main priority. So I want this to be, just a safe space for people to talk about their experiences, what they're feeling, how they got to where they are, life, being a human, not even being an athlete, I am very, very, very excited about this. I am excited for this new start. I feel like lit up inside when I talk about this stuff, or talk about, my goals for this podcast, or people who I'm going to have on. I cannot wait to share it with you, and I hope that you'll enjoy it. So, without further ado, my first guest is Abbey Hoff. I have known her since we were 5, I think. She is currently playing professional basketball overseas as well. I am currently playing professional soccer in Greece. I guess we'll just get right into it.
I saw the one of you and your
dad. One of my friends back home, he has a podcast, and he recommended it to me.
Oh, nice.
Fancy.
Yeah. With your other podcast, did you do video version or just your voice?
Well, I did it on Zoom.
Oh, okay.
So I had the video, but I just never did anything with it.
Gotcha.
Because it was shitty video from Zoom. But yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was looking at the 2 islands that you picked.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't decide.
I was researching them to see what's best for just day trips, and
yeah,
the one that starts with a P sounded best for that, but they're all so beautiful, it doesn't matter to me.
I know. Well, and that's the hard part for me too. It's there's so many, and I'm so indecisive that I'm I don't even know. I'm just not going. Yeah. But my roommate, she went to a geese tree, and she really liked it, but
okay.
I don't know. And it also depends on what time my game is the day before, because we could possibly go
after
the night.
Your game, yeah.
Yeah. And then we'd have actually the full day there.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. But it's so soon.
I know.
My God.
It's coming fast, because my friend, an American on another team, she was like, hey, if you have any free weekends before you head back to the States, let's go on a trip. And I was like, oh my gosh, my parents come in 3 weeks, then I'm in Greece, and then I go home. It's just, time flew by.
It's wild.
My time.
Yeah. Well, tell her she can come too. So when do your parents get there?
April 3rd. And then they stay until the day after my birthday, so they'll be here till the 19th.
Okay.
And then I leave the next day to come to you. I think the 20th, I said? I don't remember my flight dates that I'm coming.
20th or 21st? I don't know which day it was.
Okay.
But yeah, my mom comes so soon, and I'm so excited, because my mom will be here, and then there's a couple days, and then you'll be here, and then there's a couple days, and then my dad's coming.
That's awesome.
I think he's gonna try to come.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
And then you go home.
Yeah, weird. Yeah. Super weird.
When is your mom coming?
March 29th.
Ooh, yeah, it's going
Yeah,
quick.
and my grandma. And they're staying for like 2
Grandma's
weeks.
coming too.
Yeah. Dude, she's
So
like she's a pro traveler, that
Really?
woman.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh,
She went to London with my mom and I too. She just
I love
does,
that.
she just goes with the flow.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, what do you guys want to do today?
Ready to go before you guys?
Literally, yeah. She probably walks. She's up for walking way more than we are too. It's funny.
Oh, I miss your family.
I know. I miss your family too.
That's it. Are you going to move
'Cause-
back to Chicago this summer? Are you going to come back to St. Louis, or what's your plan? Do you know?
I don't know. I guess it depends on like what I do next.
Yeah.
Because this is also a part of like the whole off-season stuff is tricky.
Yeah.
Because also with like playing semi-pro or whatever over the summer, this didn't used to be the case, I guess, but now you have to like get your amateur card back rather than having your like pro card or whatever. So it's like a bunch of paperwork that I have to go through to like turn technically amateur again, I guess.
So then you'll have to switch from amateur to pro again for next season.
Yeah, so it's like it doesn't really make sense. So then in that case, it's like trying to find something to do to like practice. I don't know. I'm just gonna make my brother practice with me, or I'll go to his practices.
Here you go.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's like super inconvenient. But then I was making really good money at the place that I was serving in Chicago, but my rent was outrageous.
Yeah, that's what your dad.
So it's like
your dad had posted your flat that you were trying to lease out. And I was like, that is so expensive. Chicago, living there, I could not.
It's
cost of
but
living.
it was I loved it and it was amazing, and I made way better money than I did in St. Louis, so like it evens out. But yeah,
I lost you.
So then it's like, do I just live at home and work and save money and do whatever?
I
don't know.
You were just frozen for 30 seconds. I have no idea what you said.
Oh.
I heard that you said I made way better money, and then you were like this. Frozen.
Yeah, I made way better money there, but then I paid like outrageous rent, so like it evened out. Yeah, but then so it's like, do I just go home and save money and work and
just train
whatever?
on your own?
Yeah. But what are your plans for the summer?
As of right now, I'll play for that pro team in St. Louis again.
The Surge, right?
The Surge. Yeah. And if not, then just stay home and train a lot and travel. And visit friends. Yeah.
Do you know? Do you have any ideas for next season yet, or no?
Yeah, I talked to my agent last week actually, and I'm between 4 countries. I'm between Germany, Portugal, Spain, and Romania. So,
dude,
I'll be in one of those countries next year.
That's so exciting. So, like,
I think that
is it up to you to decide, or?
I think conversations start late May, early June.
Okay.
With the agent and the coaches, just because they want some time after this season to talk. So then I guess it'll be like FaceTimes like this with the coaches and just see where I feel like suits me best.
Yeah, right.
But I'm trying to go to warm weather because it snowed here again last night. It's 15 degrees.
Oh my God.
It's so cold. But
yeah, well, not to burst your bubble or anything, but the high today is 66, so.
I haven't seen that since September. It's crazy seeing like everybody at home. They're at like wineries and stuff, and I'm like, well, it's snowing here. Oh, we got another foot.
Foot. Oh my God, I don't even think I've ever seen snow like that.
Yeah, we had a meter, which is over 3 feet in December, and I was like,
no,
I have never seen this much snow. And everyone has electric cars here, so you see Teslas going through like multiple feet of snow, just like it's nothing. There's no
super
snow
casual.
Clouds. Yeah, a different
Dude,
world out
it
here.
like barely snowed here one day in January.
Mhm.
Like seriously barely. And people had all their windshield wipers up just like so they wouldn't freeze and everything. And they had like the even today, like they have winter coats on and stuff. It's so funny.
For the 60s?
Um yes. And my roommate and I like we wear shorts and people are like
What are you doing?
yeah, like who are you? Obviously you're not from here. But it stuck on just on cars, like not even on the roads or anything. And like coffee shops were closed. We didn't have practice that night. Like it was I was like, why don't we have practice? And they said, frost, Peyton. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm
For
sorry.
sure.
Like,
You
okay.
can just brush it
It's so
off.
funny. Yeah, it's just a different world.
It is. It's crazy.
And they're like, how cold is it back home? And this was in January. And I'm like, well, like 0. And they're like, oh my God, no way.
How do you do it?
Yeah, I could never live there. Yeah, wild. But how are things? How's basketball?
It's okay. I
Yeah.
I told you about my back on
Yeah.
Sunday. I kind of tweaked it, and so I've been getting treatment all week, and I tried to do non-contact yesterday, and I thought I'd be fine,
Hmm.
and it re-flared up, and I was like, I just feel like I've taken 4 steps back before, after taking a couple steps forward. So it's
Yeah.
frustrating. We have a game Saturday away, and we're flying there. So hopefully my back is feeling good tomorrow so that I don't like re-injure it on the plane or anything. But
Yeah.
other than injury wise, basketball here in Norway is such a culture shock because we've talked about this. Just the level of play is just so different in Europe than it is what we're used to in our sport
Hmm.
at home. And so coming
Yeah.
here, it's like, how can I still perform at the level that I know I can when I'm surrounded by talent that's not as competitive as what we're used to?
Right.
Yeah, that's been my
It's
biggest thing.
yeah. It's yeah. And it's so hard to I was talking to my dad about this yesterday of like talking about it when you're in the current situation because this is a whole other side of things that you have to navigate
Yeah.
of like who's going to listen and who, you know what I mean? So I was like, how do I like candidly talk about things if, it's like, it's so hard.
Yeah. It's,
But yeah, I feel like it's that way for a lot of people though
yeah.
that come over here.
It's definitely, no matter what sport too, it's just like so different here.
Yeah.
And it's not even the
Yeah.
culture shock of, oh, I moved across the country, like time to navigate, but the sport specifically in
Yes.
itself is like, whoa, okay, that's how they do it here.
That's like,
Okay.
yeah, well, and people are like, "Oh, are you like do you miss home? Like how different is it there?" And I don't even really feel I don't know, maybe it's different cuz I lived in Chicago too, so I was technically like away from home for a while,
No.
but like I don't even think it's the country itself of like having that culture shock.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's cuz I've traveled before. I don't know.
Yeah.
But literally the only culture shock is soccer.
Same, same.
It's so
And
weird.
it's crazy. And like, we don't have cars here, so we have to take public transportation. I don't speak the same language
Mhm.
as everybody, but like, that stuff doesn't get to me at all.
Yeah,
Like, you
literally.
learn to just get used to it. And yeah, I agree with you. It's just my sport.
Yeah.
It's
It's
crazy.
so strange. Well, and I don't know about you, but like people know that I don't speak Greek, like literally from looking at me a mile away. And I don't know how.
Really? Everyone thinks I'm
Like
Norwegian, so
I was
that
gonna
doesn't
say
work.
that. I feel like, yeah, they just start talking to you. Well,
Mm.
and so I've learned how to say like hello, thank you, like good morning,
Yeah.
like blah blah blah, like basic stuff.
Hmm.
So like I'll say like hello in Greek is yasis. So I'll be like yasis, and then they'll just like go right into speaking Greek. And I'm like, oh no, wait, sorry. Like
Sorry,
I
that's all we
didn't
know. That's all I
I'm just
know.
I'm just trying to like adapt. So now I've learned to say like hi Yasas. So I say hi and then Yasas, so they know that it's like yeah.
You're
And they're
trying.
like most of the time they're like, hey, what's up? Like what can I get for you? And I'm like, yeah, okay. How'd you know?
Now that you're a regular at your coffee shops, it's like, oh, I know you. You're the
Yes.
American. Okay.
Dude,
English.
today I went this morning I went to get one this morning. My AirPod just fell out. Oh no. Oh my god, where did it go? Okay. God. I went this morning and she was like, cappuccino? And I was like, oh, yes. I was like, So now I have like 3 places that know my order.
That's
Whoops.
nice. Slight flex in Greece.
Yeah, whatever. Also, another thing is their coffee is so different here.
Really?
Do you find that there? Yeah.
I guess I always just do coffee at home, and I don't go to coffee shops in St. Louis or like in the States much. So
That's smart. You save a lot of money.
yeah, but now I don't.
Yeah, right.
Now I spend it on coffee, but it's nice. So I have no comparison.
Yeah, well, like at home, I would always get lattes, like only lattes. That's it.
Really?
And here, they're not good. Like they're just not. Like they're so milky. I don't know what it is. So cappuccinos here. If you're ever in Greece, you will be in Greece. Only cappuccinos.
All right, I'll get one. I've been on a big matcha kick or like chai lattes.
Ooh. There's a place here that has good chai. I haven't found matcha here.
So good.
But like the place I worked in Chicago, it was like a restaurant, but then there was like a barista counter like attached to it. God, we had such good coffee and I would get it for free. So nice.
One reason to go back to Chicago.
Yeah.
For the
free
coffee
every day. Yeah, seriously. Well, I guess I probably should have done this at the beginning, but do you want to talk about like kind of your basketball journey?
Yeah.
Well, I guess because we've known each other since we were what, like 5, 6? Yeah, because we played on. I was thinking about this yesterday. We played on.
What was it before?
Well, when it was St. Louis Soccer Club.
Soccer Club, yep.
Yeah, and then it changed to Gallagher.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we moved with Hacker and Laposha from St. Louis Soccer Club up to Gallagher.
Yeah. And then we also played basketball together. Yeah. Oh my God. My parents always. Well, we played on Greg Parker's team, right? You played on that team, right?
What were they called? The Jaguars, Fort Simont West. Yeah.
Yeah. And we played at the Renaud Center in O'Fallon. And my parents literally will never let me live it down that like, okay, so when I was younger, I had really bad anxiety. Obviously, I still do. Whatever. And I don't know what it was about basketball. It was so different. I think it was because like it was the winter and I had like exercise-induced asthma and blah blah blah. And like I don't know if you feel this way. I feel like this is like a weird hot take on basketball, but like it's so much harder to breathe in that gym.
Just in Renaud.
I don't know what it is. No, just in general, like versus outside. And I don't know why, but like when I was a kid, this is so weird and so gross, but like I would get so much like phlegm in my throat only while playing basketball, and I don't know why.
That's crazy.
I was a weird kid. I don't know, but and I would like gag on the court. Like I would literally be playing defense, and I'd be like, like gagging on my phlegm in my throat. God, and I did it so often. And I remember at one point Greg Parker looked at my parents and he was like, "What is she doing?" Like, and my parents were like, "I just please don't pay attention to her." Oh my God.
Oh gosh.
And they both still bring that up.
Do they really? I don't think I ever noticed that. I don't know. Or maybe
Okay,
I
that's
did.
good, I guess.
Yeah. No, no. Maybe it's bad that I didn't because I should
Oh
have
my
asked you if
God.
you were okay. But I always remember going from
No, this
like,
little girl's about to throw up on the court, but
it's okay, it's fine, she's fine. It's normal. I would go from like
don't worry
futsal.
about
I
her.
think we would go from futsal together and then go to like
Mm.
a basketball game. So like you go in futsal and you can like push around a little bit, right? So then I
Yeah,
go
yeah,
from
yeah.
futsal and then I rush with my mom to my basketball game. I would get a foul the first like 5 seconds in the game because I would just shove a
She's like,
girl.
wrong sport. Yeah.
Every
God,
time. It
that's
was
funny.
terrible.
And we played softball together, didn't we?
We did every sport together. Yeah. Who
Yeah.
did we
Yeah.
who was our softball team?
I don't remember what it was called, but my mom and Lee Ellebrick were the coaches for a
Oh
while.
my gosh. Yeah, it was just a soccer team on the softball field.
Literally.
Yeah.
Dude, oh, I don't know what. I just remembered this. I've been having this a lot lately. I've been like randomly remembering things from my childhood, which is weird. But I remember like super super specifically of you were playing catcher and the girl hit you, like she was swinging the bat and she hit your glove.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
No. Did it did I
Oh my
cry?
God.
Did I cry a
Yes,
lot?
yes. Like you were done. You were done for the game, I think.
Down for the count.
Literally.
Oh.
That's so funny. Anyways, back to the story of your life. Because you stopped playing. When did you just focus on basketball?
So going up into 8th grade, I was still playing both Gallagher and select basketball or club, AAU. And then when I got to high school and I was trying out for Incarnate Word's team, Dan Rolfus, our head coach, he was like, "All right, well, this is like an all year round thing, so you have to choose." And I was like, "Okay, time to go. All right." So
Okay.
I ended up quitting Gallagher, and then I just played for like my CYC team in high school just so I could play for
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
But yeah, in high school is when I strictly like stuck to basketball. And playing,
So
yeah.
oh, go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
you're good. Go. Okay.
With Incarnate Word, would you have gone there if? I mean, obviously you were gonna make the team, like of course. But if you hadn't, would you have gone somewhere else?
If I would not have like chosen basketball, there's no way I would have picked Incarnate because yeah, it was a 35-40 minute commute every day to get to school.
Right.
So
Yeah. Right.
I would have gone to East
Okay.
with you.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah.
What a different life that would have been
Right.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that going there was like the best decision that I ever made growing up because it led me to where I am now. I think having
Mhm.
Rolfus as a coach in those, I think prime years is your high school years because you grow up
For
so
sure.
much from being 15 to 18 years old, and getting that opportunity to play D1 in college, going to
Yeah. Well,
Miami.
dude, and your Incarnate team was unreal.
Yeah, it was
Like what you guys
amazing.
won state every single year that you were there.
We lost my senior year.
Oh, sorry, hate to bring that up.
It's not.
Oh man.
No,
Yeah.
but we lost. I think I lost 9 games in my career, high school career total, and 6 of them were my senior
Good
year. So
God.
yeah,
Oh no,
I
that
know.
sucks.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Well, and like
I
the
grew
people
from it.
that went there are
Yeah,
like
Nafisa
how many
Collier.
people? Yeah.
Nafisa Collier, who's now in the WNBA in Minnesota. She got Rookie
Dude, I
of the
saw
Year her
her.
first year. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw when I was in Chicago, I was in the Nike store and just Nafisa up on the wall, you know.
Was her little
I was like,
baby with
ah.
her in the picture? Or no?
I think so,
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. There's so many, it's such a powerhouse basketball school, even to this day. Like, I think they're on almost a 100 game winning streak right now.
And it's
Like,
still the same coach?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
crazy. Do you think he would ever go and coach college or anything?
Before he coached at Incarnate, he was an assistant at SLU. So
Ah.
he's been in college before, but then he built up this dynasty at Incarnate.
Literally.
And I thought he was gonna give it up when his youngest daughter graduated, but she is a junior at Webster University now, so
Ah,
playing
nice.
basketball. So yeah, and he's still the coach, so who knows?
That's so awesome. So then, okay, so then how did you get to Miami then?
Yeah, so after leaving Incarnate, I knew that academics were still most important to me. So looking
Mm-hmm.
through going through the process of being recruited for college, I was looking Ivy League. My top two.
What? I didn't know that.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
dude, that's
I
crazy.
went on official visits to Princeton and Harvard, and
Why did I never know
I
this?
don't know. I feel like in our friendship we had like a little span where we hadn't caught up, but then we
Yeah,
did
for
again,
sure.
and it felt like it was just
Yeah.
yesterday. So
Right.
I guess you're learning today. But yeah, I loved Princeton. I loved Harvard. Kind of intimidated by Harvard. It was very intimidating in
I'd be
Boston.
intimidated by all of those.
Yeah. But I loved Princeton so much, and I had to have a certain ACT score. So having that stress of getting my ACT
Mm.
to where it needed to be, um, and then it's also 18 hours away from home, so that was a big factor as well. So
Yeah, right.
family coming to visit and stuff. So I chose Miami because it's a public Ivy. It was perfect distance from home, 5.5 hours. Um, got the free education, which I'm so blessed for, coming out of college debt free. Um, but yeah, getting injured during college as well. There's so many factors that led me to where I am because I
Mm-hmm.
was able to get my master's degree because I was there for 5 years. And then,
Mm-hmm.
now we are where we are here playing pro.
Yeah,
So.
because you tore your ACL, didn't you?
hmm I tore my ACL my sophomore year, and then I was out that whole year, and then came back junior year, but still didn't play much. And then my fourth year, a new coach came. Okay, I'm gonna backtrack really quick. I'm
Okay,
gonna start
go
over.
for it.
So I was recruited by a coach, came in with him
Okay.
my freshman year. Um, Not a successful program with this coaching staff, but we all loved each other and we worked really hard. He was
Mm-hmm.
then fired after my first year. So
Oh,
first
wow.
first
Okay.
coaching staff gone. Okay. So
Yeah.
sophomore year comes, we all feel like we're freshmen again because it's a new staff. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Training really hard during the summer. We're all trying to prove ourselves. Um, Come in, we have our exhibition game. I think I had like 20 points. Like I'm feeling great. I feel really good with this staff. 3 days later, I tear my ACL.
Oh my
So
God.
it was so hard because I feel like I was like at my peak performance of playing like at that point in my career. Probably, I think I was 20. Um, and then it feels like it's all just stripped away from you. So then that
Yeah, I
whole
feel that
year,
for sure.
yeah, that whole year of, we can get into that later, but mental health was tough. Um,
Yeah.
just trying to navigate through all of that, your sport being taken away from you. Yeah, just working through the mental battles every day and physical battles, honestly. It
Yeah,
was so
really.
hard. But then recovering from that, trying to reprove myself to that same coach because
Literally.
it almost felt like I was being punished for my injury. Like, do you know what I mean? Do you get
Yeah.
like it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, they hold it against you almost. So then you like,
Y-
yeah, okay.
I feel, yeah, I know what you mean. And it's so hard too, because it's like, God, just the mental side of it is so insane. Like, you're, I've never had an ACL, but I definitely know, like,
Yeah.
I had
You've had,
compartment syndrome in both calves. I partially tore my meniscus, whatever. But it's like trying to go slow enough to where you aren't going to re-injure yourself and like you're doing right by your body. But then like the mental side of it is like you're trying to prove yourself to this coach, and then you're
Right.
also trying to prove like that you can trust your own body, and then it's like all these different things like all at once.
Yeah.
And you're 20 years old, like what are you supposed to
Right.
do?
Right. It's like when you're that age, you really only think that being an athlete is who you are. So then it's taken away from you. You're trying to push back as much as you can to get back and recover. But
Hmm.
then towards the end of that recovery process, it's that added pressure of your coaches like, come on, it's time. And you're
Yeah,
like, I
it's
don't
been
think so.
how long? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even like in the downtime of, I mean, how long was your recovery for your ACL?
8 to 9 months. Yeah.
Yeah, and even in like those beginning months, it's like finding like things that make you happy, and
Yeah.
it seems impossible. It's like I mean, I was
Oh,
depressed
I was depressed.
from yeah. um so then it's like sleeping and like not eating, but then you have to eat to then fuel your body to get better, and then you have to get up every day, and like you have homework and shit to do if you're in
Yeah.
college, so it's like you have to go to class, but you don't like
Yeah. It's
I yeah. I was not the best student my first couple years of college, and I did not care. I was there to play soccer, literally.
really,
Like if you would
yeah.
have asked me what I went to college for, I would have said soccer. Um, so not having that for a year was like
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done. This is it.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely, it's such a gosh dang. I still think about it because all of the struggles that you go through during that time, this sounds really crazy, but like with my back injury that I have now, I'm like, oh, that's nothing. Like it just makes you
Literally.
like
Yeah.
compare.
You're like,
Uh,
I did this times 10 before.
yeah, so why are you complaining about what you have now? Um, but yeah, I think that the hardest part was getting it stripped from you, and the added pressures from my coach was the definitely the hardest part.
Yeah. Did you ever feel like you weren't going to come back? Or did you ever have that thought of like, what if I can't come back?
Not at that point, no. I think that my treatment was so good. My PT, I still talk to my athletic trainer every single day from college. Like
Really?
she
Oh,
actually
that's
went to
awesome.
Incarnate Word back in the day too. So small world.
Wait, and this was at Miami or
Mhm.
this was just back home?
No, this is
Oh,
at
what?
Miami.
That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
know. So,
Wow.
if it wasn't for her, I definitely think I would have had that feeling, but she pushed
Hmm.
me so much and loved on me so hard that it was her and I going through it together, honestly. So if I would have been
That's awesome.
stuck by myself, then I definitely think that I would have thought that more. Now, if I would have torn it again, there's no way. If I was to go through that again, I don't think I
Yeah.
could do it. I don't.
ACLs are tough.
Yeah, yeah,
It sucks.
for sure.
Um, yeah, that's terrifying. Um, okay, so then you came back and
Yeah. Came
you
back
obviously proved yourself.
junior year. Didn't play much though. Um, I was back. I was healthy. I felt good, but yeah, that trust with that coach wasn't there then, like where it
Hmm.
was before I got hurt. Um, and then after that year was up, oh, she got promoted to go coach at Marquette. So that whole coaching staff gone, and I have 2 years
Oh
left because
man.
of my red shirt. So then a new staff comes
Hmm.
in for my fourth year. I'm like, all right, freshman year for the third time,
Right.
you know,
Oh my
um,
God.
and just trying to reprove myself again, which was challenging yet again. The third coach, people always say like third time's the charm, but I think that
Yeah.
it was in some ways because um, that trust was there from the coach. I was able to play a lot, and my role on the team was, I guess, more important. It felt to me
Yeah.
just like being out on the court, you know. Um,
Right, right.
and then my fifth year, I tear my labrum in my shoulder. And then
Good
I
God.
get a terrible bone contusion in my knee. Um, so with my torn shoulder, I tore it in December of my 5th year.
Okay.
I was out for like um, not even a month. Like I made it like 2 or 3 weeks. I got
Okay.
the shoulder brace and I was good to go. Well, January
Okay.
comes around and then I get a bone contusion in my bad knee that I tore my ACL in. Um,
Oh man.
this was the year of COVID, so things were
Right.
so weird. Like at
Yeah.
sports wise, like we have to wear a mask. You can't high five. It was crazy. Whole
You can't
different
high
world.
five, is that what you said?
Yeah, we couldn't high five each other, but we're passing the basketball. It was
Literally.
and make it make
God.
sense. But what was I saying? Oh, with my bone contusion, my athletic trainer was out with COVID during that time, so we had a
Mm.
sub that was in, and she had told me I was supposed to be out for 6 weeks with this how bad it was. Oh, this
Oh
was my
wow.
last
Okay.
year. At this point in my mind, I
Yeah,
didn't
like no.
I didn't think I was going to be playing pro. I thought that in March that would be the end of my basketball career. And I was like, it's
Mm-hmm.
January right now. There is no way I'm taking 6 weeks out.
Yeah.
So I took 4 days off. um,
Nice.
yeah, but that ended up biting me in the ass a little bit because I had to get a surgery in April or May after season was over.
Oh no.
But hey, I'm here now. We're all
Yeah,
good.
right.
We're all good.
Okay, so you didn't think that you'd go pro, so then
Yeah,
how did
so
we get here?
right. So after I graduated, um, in May of 21, I got a full-time job. Fortune 500 company. I was working with Cintas and their management trainee program. But I was still working, and Carnet has like not a rec league, but like a youth program. It's called Knights Academy.
Okay. Okay.
So I was helping train kids with that. I was helping coach a little bit on nights after work. So basketball was still a part of my life. I was helping youth
Yeah, right.
players, but I wasn't playing besides like going up to Renaud and playing pickup because I still go there in a felon.
I have PTSD from
Um,
that place. I'm just kidding.
I'm so sorry, but I just realized like after training them so much and like starting to play with friends again and playing pickup, I miss it so much. Like I missed playing and I was like, I think I still have a little bit to give.
Yeah.
So I talked to some girls that were on Surge and I was like, hey, like there's a new coach coming in this year. What's it looking like? Ended up playing with them this summer. Was not at quite the experience that I thought it would be, only because there were girls, veterans on the team that were the same position as me. So my playing time was
Okay.
minimal over the summer, which was challenging, but I learned a lot about myself this summer and the style of play and just being out on a team again. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing like better than that
Well,
feeling.
that's a cool environment to be in too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. And playing
Um,
with girls that I played against when I was 10 and I've never been on the same team as, like we end up on a team together,
right.
which is pretty cool.
That is cool. I was gonna ask if you knew them before or you just randomly reached out.
Yeah, I knew an incarnate player. She's 29, so
Mm.
I never played with her in high school. She's older.
Okay.
She's the one that I originally reached out to, and then I knew about
Okay.
4 or 5 other girls. So,
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty cool. And
So,
then
okay, so then, yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So then season was up, and I was like, all these girls on my team, I think everybody was signed to play somewhere besides me. And I was like, I think I still want to play. Like, if there's a chance to play, I am taking it.
Yeah.
And we were hosting my cousin's baby shower on this random Sunday after season was
Okay.
over. Sorry, so random. Um,
No, not at all.
but I just remember getting like a Facebook message from an agent, and I was like, this is random, but I was like instantly
Yeah.
excited because they reach out through social media and like
Right.
it never felt authentic. It never felt genuine. So I was like, I don't think this is real. I didn't put
Yeah,
effort
right.
into it.
Just another one,
Yeah.
whatever.
And so with this one, he was like, hey, like I've watched your film that's out there because I made like a YouTube channel, and he had
Mm-hmm.
watched my highlights and stuff, and he was like, I think that Greece, or not Greece, I'm thinking about you. You're in Greece. Oh my God.
I was like, wait, what? You could have gone to Greece?
No, it was between Portugal and here in Norway. So
Okay.
he like gave me the pros and cons of both, and then yeah, I signed like 4 days later after talking with him,
No
and
way.
I had a month before I packed my bags and was out.
Dude,
So
that's such a
quitting my
good Asian
full-time
experience,
job,
though.
yeah,
Oh,
it was.
yeah. Was that a tough
Yeah,
choice, or
so
you were like, nah, I'm doing it?
it was it wasn't a tough choice, but it was a tough conversation to have with my
Right.
boss at work. So I had been there, I think it was literally 11 months. I was almost at my 1 year, which is so
Wow.
sad. And
No.
yeah, I just felt so bad. And so like I pulled my HR and my boss into the office, and I had already been whispering with my close friends at work like, "Hey guys, like I just want to give you a heads up. Like I'm leaving."
I'm going overseas.
Yeah, I'm playing again.
I'm a
And
professional basketball player now.
yeah, literally. And so when I told them, do you ever get the feeling where you're so nervous you start to cry?
Yes. Yes.
I did it.
And I hate it. I
Yes.
hate that about
Me
myself.
too. And you get like red and like rashy and sweaty. Oh,
Yeah.
it's like I felt like a stress rush coming right when they closed the door behind me, and I was like,
Oh, God.
okay, it's coming. So, guys,
Like a hyperventilating.
yeah. So then I told them, and they were like, why are you crying? Like, that's so exciting. We are so happy for you. Like, on my last
You're like, I
day,
don't know.
they got me flowers and like a huge party,
Aw.
like farewell, like good luck. I was like, wow,
Dude, that's awesome. They
they're
could have
great
taken that
people.
so differently.
Yeah, they could have been like, oh, just get out of my office now. Today's your last
Yeah,
day.
right.
No,
Like, what are
but
you doing?
yeah.
Yeah.
But I,
Like, you're throwing it all away.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still in contact with everybody since I've been here, which is nice.
That is
Um,
nice. Well, dude, you have your master's too. Like, it's not,
mhm.
I think about this a lot. Like, what I'm going to do eventually,
Yeah.
which I have no idea. Because I feel like I do so much anyways that's like, it's all over the board.
Yeah.
Um, and, but yeah, I mean, I think even being an athlete, one, just being an athlete, like, people will hire you
Yeah.
just from being an athlete. Even if you say that you played in high school, like, oh, you were an athlete, oh, you played varsity in high school, sold. But if you tell them that you played in college, like, even more so, if you tell them that you played overseas, like, professionally, like, done deal. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hopefully that's the case.
Right.
That's what I tell myself at least.
Me too. Me too. I think we get
um,
stuck thinking like, oh, we're just an athlete. All we do is play a sport. But there's
yeah,
so much that comes with that. That like
for sure.
the workplace appreciates, like
Yeah.
time
Well,
management,
yeah.
work ethic, everything. So
Yeah.
it'll be good.
Team spirit, you know?
Love that.
Um, um, so are you still with that agent that helped you get there?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome. Did he like represent anybody else that you knew? Like, did you talk to
my
anybody else
roommate,
that had him? Oh, no
we
way.
have the same agent.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And I hadn't
That
known
helps.
anybody, like, wasn't friends with any of his players, but he gave me some contacts to reach out to that he's had for
Mm-hmm.
actually a girl that played here in Norway last year. I was in
Okay.
contact with her before I signed. Like, how was it?
I feel
Just
like
pros and
that's,
cons, you
yeah,
know?
that's the way to go.
Yeah.
I did that with I'm on my third agent
Are you really?
currently.
I didn't know that.
Dude, it's such a long story.
Oh my gosh.
Um, yeah,
No.
wild. But like every one that I've been with and every team that I was like maybe about,
Mhm.
I've just randomly like reached out to people and I'm like, "Hey, my name's Peyton. Like I'm da 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 like doing
Yeah.
this, whatever. Like what are your thoughts? And literally most people will just be like, oh my God, hey, like, what's up? I cannot even tell you how many friends I have that I've never met in person, just literally based on messaging them on Instagram.
Wow.
Like girls that have had my previous agents, or girls that have played on teams that I was going to go to, or, you know, whatever.
Right.
Which is super cool.
Yeah,
But yeah.
building that network up. And if you think about it, like maybe you're nervous to send that text, but if you flip it and you're in their shoes and you receive a text, it's like, oh, I love that someone just reached out to me. Like, I would love to help them.
Yeah, no, seriously. There was a girl, this is not even kind of sports related, but there was a girl that I think she was supposed to play on one of the semi-pro teams that I played on, but then she tore her ACL like right before the season, so she never came. I never met her. But she still followed me on Instagram, and she reached out to me recently and was like, hey, like, I know that you're whatever. I thought this was going to be about soccer. And then she was like, I'm so-and-so, like, I was going to play on this team, but blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, hey, like, what's up? How are you? And she was like, yeah, so I'm studying, she's studying abroad in Rome right now.
Oh, wow.
And she was like, I saw that you're in Greece and, like, you live in Athens and you went to Santorini. Like, I'm going there for spring break. Like, do you have any recommendations? I was like, oh, dude, give me a second. Like, I literally, you should see my message. It's like this long on Instagram to her of like what to do here and what to do in Santorini. And I was like, oh, any day. But it was just cool because like, I love that.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I don't even know the girl. And I'm like, you have to go here and you have to ask for this person and you have to, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's wild. Social media is wild.
It is.
But also
so cool.
So good and so bad.
You're right. Addicting, but also great for like network building.
Yeah, well, and my God, my AirPods keep almost falling out. I don't know if I like the AirPod Pros.
I don't. I have both, and I do not like the Pros. I wear my old ones.
My old ones don't work anymore. Tragic. Anyways, that's super random, but they always fall out.
Yes, they do.
And like they kind of hurt my ears.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Do they hurt your ears too?
Yes.
I literally have like a bump. Whatever. Anyways, I'm like, I just paid for these before I got here. I can't not use them. Yeah. I do like how they block out noise though. But anyways. Focus. What was I gonna say? Shoot, I started talking about my AirPods. Oh my God, I don't know what I was gonna say.
You're talking about social media and like building networks.
Oh, yeah. So, my thing with social media currently, love it, whatever. I'm probably annoying on my social media, but I don't really care because I treat it as a scrapbook.
I love it.
And like people back home, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna go on a social media rant really quick. Because I try to be very authentic. Okay, I try to tell it like it is. I try to show whatever. But at the same time, sometimes it's hard to do that. Like, probably nobody knows that I'm living in a living room right now. Like, this is the first time I've said that out loud, except for to my parents and you. Like, it's not it. People are like, oh my God, you're living the life. Like, you're playing soccer in Greece. Like, you're living your dream, which I totally am. Like, 1,000%. I love it. I love my life. I love that I decided to do this. Like, I would do it 1,000,000,000 times over. But with that being said, it's not like I had a guy ask me at my job in Chicago. He was like, oh my God, so like, are you like in like the 6-figure like $1 million deal here? And I was like, sir, like,
not quite.
Also, do you know anything about women's sports? Like,
right.
And I was like, no, like, what do you think this is? No. But by saying that, I felt like I was like, oh man, like, I'm not like, oh, he's gonna think I'm not like actually a pro, or like he's gonna think I'm not very good. But like it's not, it's so weird. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
That does.
And so
Oh, keep going. Sorry.
but like by me saying I'm living in a living room right now, people are like, wait, what do you mean? And I'm like, it's not as glamorous as you would think. Like I currently we don't have Wi-Fi, dude. We don't. I'm literally using my phone's hotspot, and I have to pay for unlimited data every week. Um, and I live in the living room, which is fine because I have 2 roommates, and like they are so nice about it. And like the only problem is our front door shuts super loud, so like I wake up every time they leave. Um, but like they're super respectful of it, and like I don't have a door, like I don't have privacy. Like it's wild. It's something that I didn't expect, because I wasn't told that. And it's different. And again, like this is the first step, obviously. Like it's a stepping stone. I say that like almost every single day. I'm like, it's a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone. Like this is where I need to be. Like this is like I wouldn't be overseas playing if I didn't take this opportunity. You know what I mean? And yeah, this is what I waited for. This is what I've dreamed of my whole life. And I didn't think that it would happen. But yeah, I don't know.
No, I agree.
I don't know if you feel the same way.
No, I do. Sorry, my AirPods died.
No, you're good.
We're switching it up.
AirPods suck. I'm just kidding.
For real. I agree because I think, like, before I came and I, like, made my announcement and all of that, everyone thinks it's so, like, glamorous and like, so luxurious. Like, you're going overseas, like, everyone's gonna treat you like royalty and all this, and you're gonna make so much money, and, like, that can be your life. Like, by all means, I'm living comfortably. I'm fine, right? But it's like, it doesn't need to be luxurious and glamorous in order for it to be a great experience. Like, that's not why we're doing it. We're doing it to travel the world. We're doing it to play the sport that we love. We're not doing it for all of that stuff. So when people like ask that type of question, I'm like, that doesn't really matter. Like, that's not what matters to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, literally just the experience in itself.
Yeah.
Like,
how many people can say, oh yeah, I'm 24 years old and I lived in Greece or Norway for 8 to 9 months of my life? Like,
literally. Well, yeah, and just the stories that come with it. And honestly, whenever I was like getting my contract or whatever, I was like, I just want, honestly, at this point, I was like, I don't even care if I'm saving money every month. Like, I just want to be able to like live comfortably month to month and like eat and travel. And if I don't save any money, I have a little bit of a savings account from Chicago.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And then I'll come home in the summer, work, and then I'll do it all again until I'm, at the point where I can save money.
Yeah.
Which that was my thought process. And I am like saving a little bit of money, but I was really stressed about money before I got here, and even like the first couple months, because I was like, I'm not going to have a savings account when I leave here, whatever. And my parents were like, well, is that what you're there for? And I'm like, well, no. And they're like, okay. Yeah. And I'm super lucky. I'm sure your parents are the same way. Just wildly supportive.
Oh yeah.
Because some people I've heard of parents being like, well, no, like you got to get a full-time job, like you got to start making money, like you got to save money, blah blah blah, which of course my parents want me to do that too, but like they're like, chase your dream.
Yeah, we are literally living our dream right now. And I think that's something, I don't regret getting a full-time job for a year before coming and playing pro, because I learned a lot, like, in the business world. And not only that, but just, like, the grit and hard work with the job. But, yeah, I feel like my mind was set on that, oh, it's time. You graduated college.
Yeah.
It's time to get to the real world. You have
Yeah.
to save money. You have to do all this. Because that's what our
Right.
society sets, you know?
And that's what not everybody, but that's what so many people are doing.
Yeah. And then
Like,
it's like,
I
am I going to
look
be
on
behind? Am I going to be behind?
Yeah. Dude, have you ever, I'm sure you've seen it, I feel like people repost it all the time, but it's like all those like super successful authors and movie stars and CEOs and whatever, like Oprah was like I don't even know what she was before. She became Oprah when she was like 30 something.
Yeah.
And like, I don't even know what's her name wrote Harry Potter when she was like however old. You know what I mean?
Just like,
I don't know.
They didn't do it at a young age.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know any of.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like there's no like specific mold that anybody has to be in, but you like think that you do because it's like, oh my God, well, and not that I genuinely, anytime I see someone getting engaged or having a baby, I'm like, oh my God, like good for you, but like, oh my God, like no.
Right.
And I even said the other day to my parents, I was like, somebody got engaged, I think, I don't even know. And I was like, oh my God, thank God I'm not living that life. Like, I feel bad saying that, but like, seriously.
But like, seriously.
I couldn't be me, seriously, no.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Creepy.
But yeah. But anyways, yeah, that's a whole other social media topic. But I guess another totally different direction here. Was there anything super different that you found when you got over there? Like something that you weren't expecting that, you know what I mean?
I think, okay. Yes. I think not social media, but like a social life. So,
right.
At home, like, I have my friend groups. I am very social. I love to go out with friends and just, I'm always busy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
My first couple of months here, I guess, let me backtrack. Before coming, I was in contact with my roommate, who's also from the States, the other import, and then a couple girls on the team that are around our age. And, like, our first weekend when we got here, like, it was so fun because we had all been in contact and stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, if this is what it's going to be like, this is just like home,
yeah, right.
you know? And I think that having that right off the bat, I, like, set an expectation almost of what it would be like, and it hasn't been that way at all, like, since. I've definitely had to find, I think it's been a good time to, like, find myself internally. Like, what am I, who am I outside of basketball? Because, like, I've learned that I love to read. Like, I've started painting again. Like, things like that I do by myself. And journaling and meditation and yoga and Pilates. All these things that I never did when I was at home. So it's like something I didn't expect of. I thought it would be more social. I thought I would meet more people and have more friends and hang out with my teammates. But also it's like, I'm almost glad it didn't so that I could find these other things that I love.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. I had a very similar experience. Like the first couple days that I was here, like me and my American roommate, the other import too, we went out to coffee with a couple of the girls and we just like hung out there for hours and just like sat and talked whatever, and I was like, this is amazing, like this, like you said, this is home,
right?
Like,
yeah.
And we haven't done that since. I mean, like me and my roommate, we go and I love, my team is amazing, like I love all the girls, but it's also like I know that it's hard for that because most of them speak like very good English, which is nice. Some of them don't at all, and they have to like bring the ones over that like speak better English to like, you know. But we went and watched a soccer game over at one of their apartments recently, and they were like trying to involve us in the conversation, but they were speaking Greek. because that's like normal and that's so much easier for them to do. And they were like, oh, we said this, and I'm like, it's like, I appreciate you, like I really appreciate you, but like you don't, it's just like the effort to be involved and like the effort to involve someone in your conversation that speaks a different language is so much more than if they would speak your language. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like that would be us at home trying to involve someone that spoke, I don't know, Spanish. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I said this, and it's like they didn't even get the whole context of the, it's just different.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it's so, I have met a lot of like random people here, like just from, we go and play pickup whenever we don't have games, and like I meet random people at coffee shops. That's super nice, and whatever. But it's definitely different from being at home, for sure.
Yeah. And I think I need to, like, I always remind myself that this is their home, like actual home. This is their St. Louis.
Yeah.
So they have jobs, they have school, because we have younger girls on our team. They have a life outside of it, and I can't just expect them to be like, oh, an import's here, let me just
let me just tag them along with everything. Yeah.
Like, no, that's not how it works.
Which is like I mean, I knew that would happen, but I didn't. You don't think about that stuff before you come, and it's so hard to talk to people who haven't experienced it, because there's nothing that you can compare it to, like literally nothing
at all. And you like try to explain it on FaceTime with people, and they're just like,
they're like, oh, okay,
cool.
But even a girl on my team last night, I love her to death. Her name's Lena. She was like, I don't know if I could do what you did. She was like, I would never like go abroad, and I would never like leave here. And I was like, really? Because like I obviously would. And she was like, I just couldn't do it. And I was like, yeah, it's it's tough. And she was like, I don't even think I would live anywhere besides Athens. And I was like, wow, like that's it's crazy that like, but we're in the same place, like doing the same thing, and it's just so, I don't know,
it's so crazy,
right?
Nothing like it. That is for sure.
Well, and I mean, people probably tell you this too, but like it's not a normal thing to do. Like but I think it's cool that we're able to do it. Yeah. Because some people wouldn't be able to.
That's so true. And even some people that are able to choose to not, because of it's a big leap of faith to do, And if you're not used to traveling, and you're not used to like being on your own and independent, oh gosh, this experience.
Yeah, you're not gonna, you're gonna have to adjust really quickly.
Yeah.
But that's, whenever you said that you chose Miami because it was closer to home, like that's why I chose Lindenwood too.
Yeah.
Lindenwood was literally 10 minutes away from my house. Yeah. Like seriously. And so like, and then the second college I went to was 30 minutes away. Like,
right. Look how far we've come.
And now I'm
5,000 miles.
20 hour flight.
Gosh.
No. Yeah, it's
growth.
Crazy.
Major growth.
Yeah, you're telling me. I seriously, I look back at pictures of myself and I'm like,
who's that?
I don't even know who that is.
Right. I can do that from I think that I've grown like as a person, like finding myself so much in this experience that I look back at who I was even like this past summer or even a year ago today. Yeah. I'm like, whoa, okay. So this is how far I've really come. Like,
Isn't it crazy?
So glad that I did this.
And other people see it too.
Yeah.
That you like don't even notice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
it's gonna be weird going
recently
home.
You just have like a different aura about you, like different, like a higher frequency of vibrations. I don't know. But like people have told me recently, even through like videos that I post or like the stupid stories that I post or just because they're funny to me. I don't know. Yeah. And they're like, you just look so happy. Like, I love seeing you like that. And I'm like, thank you. Like, I feel that way. So that's cool.
I love it. And don't say they're stupid videos. Rephrase.
No, but
like,
just like
goofy stuff.
dumb humor type of stuff.
I love
yeah,
it.
no, they're not. Yeah, I find myself hilarious,
No,
so I
you
don't
are.
care.
Hey, we've been friends for 20 years, so.
Seriously, isn't that crazy?
I know.
I think probably.
You are my longest friend I've ever had.
Yeah, no, same. I seriously.
Aww.
And the fact that you're coming to Greece.
I know! I'm so excited.
I really wish I could have come up there to watch a game.
That's okay. Yeah.
Next season,
yeah.
Next season.
Wherever we are.
Yeah, right. We'll just keep visiting.
Yes.
What was I gonna say? Is there any advice that you would give your younger self or someone younger in the position of, I don't know, going to college or, you know, playing basketball or going pro or whatever?
I think, like, looking back on who I was at that age, like, going into college, and that's a good question. Just a second. Like,
take your time.
Only
that's a deep question.
It is deep. Because I always felt like added pressure and stress because I always cared about what other people thought. Like, I was always doing stuff to please others. If that makes sense. Like, yeah. I would make decisions. For sure. I would work super hard. Like, my heart, I'm like a fighter. But, like, my soul, I'm a peacemaker. Like, I want to help.
Yeah.
You know, I want to do things for others. So I think I was too worried about what other people were thinking of me. And I made decisions based off of that I wish I would have listened to my own heart and my mind at a younger age. Because now I feel so confident in the decisions that I make that I wish I could have done that at 18, 19 up until now.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. I feel that way too.
Yeah.
Which is so cool because I feel like some people never get to that point.
Right.
You know, or it's way down the road and it's like, I wish I could have done that and
Yeah.
But yeah.
But that would be my biggest one.
Yeah.
And just have fun doing it. You know?
Yeah.
Freaking have fun.
Literally. This is like I don't know, I feel like a lot of athletes feel this way, but like if I've said this before too, the minute that soccer stops being fun, that's it. Like that's when I know, like, okay. And it has yet to even come close to that. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't think it ever will. The only thing that I could see is like, it sucks with youth sports too. It's like coaches that ruin things and, you know, whatever else. And that happens when you're older too. But I think that goes back to like finding the right place and the right fit and whatever else. But I don't know. I guess I used to put so much pressure on myself too. And I would play like shit in games where I was nervous and like whatever. But literally if I'm like goofing around and like just having fun and like laughing on the field, like I am playing so well.
Right. Yeah.
And I think in some instances people are like, oh my God, she's not taking this seriously. Like for example, at Webster, we were in like our conference final and I was just like messing around. Of course, like I'm just like goofing around, like laughing, like listening to music, doing whatever. And people are like laser focused.
Yeah.
And like I'm focused too, but like this
in
is
your
how
way.
Yeah, I'm like, this is how I play better. And they're like, she doesn't even care, you know, whatever. Nobody thought that because I was that was my 5th year and I was like, we're winning this. Like I will not lose today. But like seriously, if I'm overthinking and I'm like worried about what my coach is thinking or like worried about, oh man, I just made a bad pass. Like, oh, my teammate hates me. Like, no, I'll be like, oh, my bad. And like, that's it. Move on.
Yeah.
Literally in my senior year, I started saying this a lot. So did you ever watch Ted Lasso?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Oh my God. If you said no, I was going to be like, okay, we're done.
Gotta go.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. You can't come to Greece anymore. No, but like how he says, be a goldfish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I literally started yelling that at people on my team on the field during the game.
I love that.
Because people take it so seriously, and like, it is serious, sure, yeah, and like professional sports are serious, but like, if you're not having fun, then what are you doing?
Right. And what's the point?
Like, I think that in all aspects of life.
I
Like, if you're, and I used to not think that way. Like, I think my thoughts have definitely evolved. But really though, like, be a goldfish. It doesn't matter. Like, 10-second memory or whatever it is. Move on. But yeah, I think mine would be have fun for sure. Because even when I was at Lindenwood, my first college, like, I was terrified. And I didn't know it when I was there, but like, looking back, I was playing scared. I was worried about what my coach thought of me. I was worried about what my teammates thought of me. I was trying to be as good as I possibly could be as a freshman. And I put so much goddamn pressure on myself that I, like, as one of my club coaches used to say, like, I shit the bed, like, all the time. Not all the time, but like, I just didn't play like I should have. I didn't play my game. And it was because I wasn't having fun.
Yeah. And that happened to me too. Like, I look back on college and I'm like, it's like, do you wish you could go back and be the way that you are now? Or are you happy that happened so that you can see your growth throughout your career?
Oh man, that's a tough question. I would say I think I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. Like, I wouldn't change a thing, even though like there were times where I was like, this is gonna kill me. Or like, for example, like 2017 was the worst year of my entire life, and I was like, well, I guess this is my life now. Like, this is how it's gonna be, just like one bad thing after the next, after the next, after the next.
Yeah.
And I was just like always waiting for the other shoe to drop, of like, okay, well, now what's gonna happen? Like, what shitty thing's gonna happen next? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think going through that and knowing how I felt and like how I pulled myself out of it, because I still feel like that some days of like, oh man, like, actually, not days. I don't feel like that for days. I'll feel like that for a couple seconds, and I'm like,
stop it.
yeah, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Because seriously, I think, I don't know, I think that I look back at my mindset during those times and I'm like, I don't even know whose brain that is. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Because now every day I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I get to do this and this and this. And like, I don't know. It's just different.
Yeah. It makes
And I don't know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, it just makes you appreciate where you are now even more. You know?
Yeah.
Looking back.
And I don't even know, like, if anything specifically happened for me to switch that.
Yeah.
I think it just gradually happened over time, which is like shitty advice, because it's like, how did you get to where you are? It's like, I don't know.
How did this happen?
Yeah.
No, I think it's just a part of growing up, maturing, finding ourselves. Yeah, it takes experience. Practice makes not perfect. Nothing's perfect, but
yeah.
Yeah, through experience you learn and you grow. So the more experience you have, the more years you go through.
Literally. Well, yeah, people are like, how are you so like happy-go-lucky and like whatever? And I'm like, I don't know. Because like I have anxiety, OCD, like I deal with depression, like I sleep a lot, like, you know, like, but it is what it is. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. This has been such a good talk, because sometimes you like think these things to yourself, especially when you're overseas and the time difference of being home, and you think about a lot, but you don't like vocalize it. So being able to talk to you about it, it's like, whoa, okay. Yeah.
Well, and that's right. You're like, oh my God, yeah, I was thinking that the other day. No, but like, and that's what this whole thing is about, literally, because nobody understands it unless you've gone through it. Which is like it sounds like a pretentious thing to say, but it's so true.
Yeah.
And like, you know, dealing with the mental health side of things, the moving across the world, the, you know, agents and owners and coaches and teammates that don't speak your language, and like literally all of it.
Yeah.
You really don't understand it until you go through it. Yeah, so that's literally the whole point. That's
No,
literally
I
the whole
love
point.
it. I love what you're doing. It's awesome.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
And I texted you this, but I want to say it too, because like you don't keep yourself in one box, like of being an athlete, you know? You have so many gifts that you utilize, like with your photography, with your podcast, like everything that you do. Like you say like, oh, I use my social media as a scrapbook. Like even that, like I'm like, you are so cool. Like
Stop.
No,
Thank
seriously,
you.
you do so much, and like I think of like what I'm doing while I'm here, and like I'm coaching. It's still all involving basketball. It involves my sport. But like, yeah, you just inspire me to like get out there and do things outside of my sport. Because yeah,
thanks,
yeah.
dude.
So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're making me blush. No, like that's the goal. Like that's when you said it too. Like you're finding things that you like to do, and like you're finding yourself, and like that's awesome. Like I like your sauna and like the ice bath, whatever. Yeah. Dude, I wish I could find that here.
I bet
I took a yoga class here.
Oh, you
please do. That. I took a yoga class here, and it was in Greek. Yeah,
nice.
That was interesting. But crazy enough, the girl that was teaching it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's like a big truck outside my window. Can you hear that or no?
Mm-mm. No.
Okay, good. I live on like a busy street too. I was like, oh my God, I don't know how this is gonna work. Like, what am I gonna do? But whatever.
No,
so the girl that walked in to teach the yoga class, like the owner was there, and I signed up just for like a drop-in class or whatever. And I walked in and I was like, hi, Yasis, whatever. And she was like, oh, da, 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 like talking to me in Greek. And I was like, oh, no, sorry, like English, sorry, like no Greek, whatever. And she was like, oh, and we had to like use Google Translate on my phone.
Whoa.
Yeah, like that was, yeah. And I was like, is this going to be hard, like in Greek? And she typed on whatever. She was like, have you done yoga before? And I said, yes. And she was like, you'll be fine. And I was like, oh, cool. Okay. And I got there early, like specifically for that reason, just to like, you know, talk to whoever. And she wasn't the one teaching the thing. It was another girl that came in, and she was wearing this sweatshirt that said Lovely Days on it, which is like my favorite coffee shop here. Don't worry, we'll go. And she walks in, and I'm like, I look at her, and I didn't at first realize that she was the one teaching the class. And I was like, oh my God, like, do you work at Lovely Days? Because I knew that I had seen her, but I was like, does she just have the sweatshirt or like what? Yeah. She was like, oh my God, yeah. And she was like, iced latte, medium sugar. And I was like, oh my God. That's the only place I get lattes here, by the way. It's the only one that has good lattes.
Whoa.
And I was like, oh my God, yeah. And she was like, oh, I'm teaching this class, like whatever. And then her and the owner started talking, and the owner obviously told her like, she doesn't speak Greek, like good luck. And the girl, we're friends on Instagram. Like we chat all the time. Like I see her. She gave me free coffee the other day. Like
I love
amazing.
That. Yeah.
Yeah. And she was like, I'll try my best, but like, I'm really nervous. Like I don't really speak that well of English. And I was like, dude, we talk all the time. Like you're great. But so I feel like it definitely, because I've done yoga before, it was pretty easy. And there was like mirrors, so I could like watch what other people were doing.
Yeah.
And she would like come over and tell me like in English what to do. But it kind of sort of takes away from like the meditative side of it, because I'm like, wait, what do I do?
Right.
What
like
do I do next?
Supposed to be in, like downward dog in your neck.
Yeah. And I'm like, wait, what? Yeah.
That happened to me in class too.
Yeah. So that was interesting. But it was cool. Like, who can say that they did yoga in Greek in Athens? Like, that's so cool.
That's so cool. Maybe we can do a class slot in there.
Yeah, we'll take that girl's class because she's awesome.
Yeah. That's awesome.
yeah, dude, I don't know if I have any other questions for you. I feel like that was good.
It was good. That was so good. First one.
Yeah. Woo!
Aw,
I'm so excited.
same. I get to see you in a month and a week, 5 weeks.
Yes.
I know. I'm so excited.
How many games do you have until then?
We have 4 regular season. Listen to this. Since we're now let me vent for a second. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Women's sports to men's sports. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Here in Norway, men's playoffs. You have like first round is best of 3, then second round
Okay.
like semis is best of 5, and then the finals is best of 5. Okay.
Okay.
Like, a lot of games. They're gonna start
right.
soon. Women's quarterfinal Friday, semifinal Saturday, final Sunday.
Stop.
3 total games for playoffs. Please tell me how that makes sense.
Oh my god.
So literally,
I would throw a fit.
we're trying to get women's to be in that. Like, we're trying to talk to the federation. I'm like, we need to try a little harder because this is
Seriously.
ridiculous.
Honestly, though, I feel like the U.S. is, even though there's so much bullshit with like women's sports and whatever, like we are so far ahead of other places.
Yes.
Which is crazy to think about because when you're back home, you're like, oh my god, like this is insanity.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. But like,
you don't know insane until you come over here. Yeah.
I'm serious.
It's
oh my god,
crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So will they go longer than you, or they start earlier?
They start like next week, I think, and then go until our playoffs are April 14th through the 16th. That's it.
And they have like March Madness.
Yeah. Literally. March Madness.
That's funny. Which I realize is on right now. Like I normally watch that religiously back home.
I haven't been able to watch anything. Like my ESPN won't work. Like I can't log in.
I go to coffee shops to use the Wi-Fi to download Netflix shows on my phone, and then I watch them when I come home.
Dude, I didn't know that. I knew your living room situation, but so
I could technically use my unlimited data, but like meh.
Nah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. This is easier. So I've been watching I finished Outer Banks, obviously. And then
Don't tell me I haven't started.
I'm watching yet. Okay, I won't. I'm watching Suits. Have you ever seen that?
I haven't watched it, but I heard it's so good.
Dude, it's really good. I'm addicted.
Nice.
Like every day after practice, I come home and I'm like, oh yes, Suits.
I get to watch Suits for 3 hours.
Yeah. It's like 3 a.m. Because, dude, also another thing is we practice at 9:30 at night.
Yep. That's our
till 11.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not ever gonna get used to that. And in Chicago, when I was playing semi-pro there, we practiced at 6:30 in the morning, and I was like, "Wow, this is god awful." But I actually ended up loving it because I had the whole day.
Yes, morning practices are so much better. Morning workouts.
Yes.
Yes.
And I am not a morning person.
Yeah.
Like, not at all.
You weren't when we were younger either.
Never. I don't think I'm really trying hard. But now, like, I have all this free time, but then I get back from practice, like, your cortisol levels are insanely high. Like, I can't come, like, it's so hard for me to sleep. So I go to bed at, like, 1:32, and then I'm like, oh, man, like, I want to get a full day, though. So, like, I try to wake up, like, have a rule. I'm like, I have to wake up before 10.
Oh,
10 good. Like no, people think that that's like sleeping in like majorly, and I'm like, I used to sleep until like 1, so leave me alone.
This is good.
Yeah, and like I still get enough sleep, whatever. Some days I had also a new thing I'm doing is I'm trying not to press snooze. I think that that's like a big problem for me.
Yeah,
like I seriously, and whenever I am pressing snooze, sometimes I don't even remember it.
Yeah,
like seriously, and I'll like set it for 15-minute increments, and I'll end up waking up 3 hours later, and I don't know how. Like I keep resetting it, and I seriously, I think something's wrong because like that's not normal.
Dang. Wow, that's your body just saying, I don't know. Let me sleep. Just let me sleep.
Seriously, I think I should do a sleep study eventually.
Yeah.
They'll be like, wow, this girl needs a lot of
Do
sleep.
you sleep with your phone next to you? Like, is it charging on on the couch?
So yes, which is a problem
'Cause
in
that's
itself. Yeah, but I guess so. I have two phones while I'm
Yeah.
here: one American phone, one Greek phone.
Mhm.
Thank God my dad had an extra, or else whatever. I just didn't want to deal with like
No.
taking my SIM card out, whatever. So I have two, and the US phone, like I only get iMessage and whatever when I'm on Wi-Fi.
Because you're on
Like I
airplane
can
mode.
literally only
Same with this one.
yeah, so I can literally only use it on Wi-Fi. And the Greek phone, originally I like was trying not to put like anything on it. I was like, I'm not even gonna put Instagram on it. Like I'm just gonna use it for WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's gone out the window for sure. Because we don't have Wi-Fi here. Like if I did have Wi-Fi here, then for sure I would use my US phone, but I
Yeah.
have to use my Greek phone for everything now.
Dang.
But so like at night I literally I watch Netflix on my phone because I can't sleep.
Yeah.
And like I was gonna start like reading before bed, but I only have like the overhead light. I don't have a lamp or anything, so I would have to like use my flashlight and like read. So I'm like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah. You should get a
So I'm like,
headlamp.
whatever. Yeah, or like one of those like book clips that has like the light.
Yeah.
I used to have one of those when I was a kid. But so like my US phone is right next to my bed, like watching Netflix. So I totally could put my other phone far away, but yeah, I should do that. I say these things and I'm like, meh.
I just made myself like rearrange my room maybe like 2 months ago because I would click snooze too. Like on mornings, we usually work out in the morning at like 7 a.m. So we shoot at the gym, we come back, and I go back to sleep. But I was like, okay, there's some days where I would just like lay there and be like, no, I'm not shooting today. I would text my roommate who's across the hall and be like, don't feel like it. But I rearranged my room so that I have to get up when my alarm goes off out of bed.
Yeah.
I'm up already so that,
And you're like, don't sit back down.
Yeah.
Don't sit back down.
Let me just start my morning routine, get my ice roller, put ice in my face.
Yeah. Well, yeah, dude. And like, yeah, and if any morning I'm tired, I'm like, okay, if I'm really tired this afternoon, like I'll take a nap.
Yeah.
But then I like refuse to let myself nap because I don't sleep well at night anyways. So
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Tough. Ugh.
Yeah.
So many battles.
It's things that you would never think of.
Right.
Yeah. But anyways.
Yeah.
This was great.
It was so good.
I'm so excited.
Me
I'm
too.
so excited to see you soon.
I know, same. We'll have to let me know when you want to book and how you want to do like the payment for Airbnb and stuff. We can figure it out. But.
Yeah, for sure. I'll text you about it.
All right.
Okay, well, is there anything else you want to talk about? I feel like we covered a lot.
We did cover a lot. Yeah, I'm good.
You can just be on it again if you think of something.
I would love to.
Awesome. Right. Okay, well, I will talk to you later. Thank you so much. The first guest. Oh my God, so exciting.
Yay. It was so fun. Thank you for having me.
Okay, of course. All right, love you. Talk to you later.
Love you too. Bye.
All right, bye.
Yeah.